It is great to be here. My name is Lori Pearson and I am so excited to be your dessert host. I'm here to show you how to make a delicious dessert with, of course, Philadelphia cream cheese. It's the 4th week of recipe submissions and I want to see what kind of yummy desserts you can come up with. But first, let me show you one of my creations. This is the best of two worlds coming together as rich and delicious chocolate cake will surround a delightful center of smooth and creamy cheesecake. Drizzled in raspberry sauce, adorned with fresh raspberries and whipped cream, this dessert is purely rich indulgence. So we're gonna get started putting together two separate batters. We've got our ingredients to make up our chocolate cake batter as well as a cheesecake batter over here. So let's get started with the chocolate cake first. First, we're going to assemble some cocoa, some flour, and some sugar right into our mixing bowl. Along with that is going to go a little bit of baking soda and some salt. And then we're going to get that all stirred together nice and easy. Once your dry ingredients are all mixed together, we're going to add some of our wet ingredients here. What we've got is our Philadelphia cream cheese, just cut into cubes here. Now this cream cheese is at room temperature. It makes the mixing up a lot easier. I've got some whipping cream, and then I'm gonna toss in a little bit of vanilla to kind of sweeten things up there. Now I'm gonna give those just a little bit of a mix. Okay, now I've got a great crumbly mixture there, which I'm going to add some nice strong coffee. We're gonna add in a couple eggs. Once those are in there, some hot water, just some really warm water is good enough too, and we're gonna finish mixing up here. Okay, that's the end of our chocolate cake batter. It really is that simple. So now with that all finished up, we are going to move our chocolate cake over to the side and get going on our delicious cheesecake batter. Now that we've moved the chocolate cake batter out of the way and I've tidied up a little bit of my mess, we're moving on to our cheesecake batter and make a delicious center for our rich indulgence cakes. Starting with our Philadelphia cream cheese, of course, straight into the blender. Now this is softened cream cheese. It makes a smoother mixture as we get started. Right in with that goes some of our sugar. And we're gonna crack a couple eggs and add those right into the mixer also. Now, one last thing in here is our vanilla. We're gonna start mixing it up until it's all smooth and creamy. That looks good. It's nice and creamy and smooth, and now we're ready to put it all together. I've prepared my ramekins with some nonstick spray, but you could also use just a jumbo cupcake pan if you don't have ramekins in your kitchen. It's all ready to go, and I am going to spoon chocolate cake batter into each ramekin just till they're 1/3 of the way full. Next, we're gonna move on to our cheesecake batter. Now what I'm gonna do with this is put it into a piping bag with a very large tip. You're gonna fill the piping bag with the cheesecake batter, and I always like to do this over my mixing bowl, just in case it beats me down to the bottom. Now, if you don't have a piping bag, feel free to use just a resealable freezer bag or something along those lines. Snip off the end with a little pair of scissors, and you've got yourself the perfect bag to fill your chocolate cakes up. So now you're gonna place the tip of your piping bag directly into the center of your chocolate cake batter. Then slowly fill the chocolate cake from the bottom with the cheesecake filling. Only go till you're about 2/3 full, and then straight out the top again. Once you've got your cheesecake batter in there, dab your chocolate cake back over the top so that the cheesecake becomes a bit of a surprise. Perfect. Now we're going to take them over and bake them in our preheated 350-degree oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. Now our cakes are going to need to cool in the pan for about 5 minutes, but you'll notice the chocolate chips. When the cakes were almost done baking, I put approximately 7 or 8 chocolate chips, maybe be a little more generous, into the center of each one and then bake them for an additional 5 minutes. While those were baking, I've already made a sauce of raspberries blended with some sugar right into the blender. We've got some fresh raspberries for garnish, as well as some whipped cream. So now let's put it all together. We're gonna put a bed of our raspberry sauce right onto the plate right beside our rich Indulgence cake. We're going to garnish with our fresh raspberries, just along the border of your raspberry sauce. And then a big dollop of our whipped cream. And there you have it. Inside our delicious chocolate cake, we have a creamy and smooth cheesecake base. Cap off your meal with this rich and creamy dessert. And remember to submit your recipe with Philadelphia cream cheese for your chance to win $100. Check out realwomenofphiladelphia.ca. You'll be able to join the community, share tips and ideas, and of course, share your own decadent desserts. And as Anna always said to us, show us some yum.